coming to you with another video on how to build your camera rig for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. It's always a long name to say. First things first, our rods need to go into our base plate. Just tighten that up like that. Rods into the base plate. And yeah, just trying to get these things to be the same length. Yeah, seems pretty stable. Number two, we need to attach the base plates to the cage. So we're gonna need a screw for that. Cool. The rods go into the base plates onto the camera cage. Number two, we look for the Allen key that opens up this fella here, our cage, because we need to put in our camera. So now it's time to slide in the camera into your rig. It's easy, guys. Easy out. Sounds like a gun. That's why they call it shooting, folks. Next, the top handle. This is where we're gonna mount our monitor. We're almost there. Next, the base plate. You also want to make sure that you have enough space here for the lens, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the camera back a bit. That's where we get our power. We're almost there. We're almost there. So the V-Lock battery is in, and this is our D-tap cable. This is how we're going to power the camera. Attach the cable to the V-Lock battery. Cable goes all the way to your camera. Like that. And just like that, the camera is powered. Let's just attach the lens. So our rig is almost there, guys. Like, we are just almost there. Our mat box. So the mat box comes with this ring. So this ring goes onto your lens. You just screw it on like that. So we have this right here. I don't know what to call it, but this screw basically widens this ring so we can add it. We can attach it to our lens. There you have it. Just put it on there pretty tight, and we have a mat box attached to our camera. So we're just gonna block the sun rays from hitting the lens. It's kind of like a cap for your camera. Cool. So let's attach our monitor to the rig. So there we go, right here. We got our monitor mounted to the camera. So now we are able to see what's going on, because now we don't have this monitor as our visual. And yeah, so cool. Now it's time for the autofocus. So this is your motor. It's gonna control your focus ring on your lens. Let's just quickly mount that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to your rod and attach the motor. And align it with the teeth of the focus ring, and then just make sure that that baby is tight. Just like that. So basically this controller is supposed to control the motor. So when you're turning the controller, it's going to adjust your focus. So a second person can be on the side adjusting your focus, leaving you as the DOP to just look at the monitor and just, you know, go in and out, go left and right with your shots and all of that. So I'm actually just going to take this out and I'm going to put the monitor here in front instead. So our monitor is mounted. So we need to connect to the monitor to the camera now so that we can be able to see but we're shooting because now we won't be able to use this screen because it's covered by our battery. We're going to connect the monitor to the camera with an HDMI cable. So ideally you want to have like a shorter HDMI cable than this, just so that everything is neat and is compact and is out of the way. So it's just that right now I only have this one right there, and this to your camera. So now we have our monitor mounted to the camera. Also, an ideal monitor for this situation is a monitor that transfers your touch options from your camera to your monitor, so that you can also operate your camera from the screen. Ideally, if you have monitors like your Video Assist from Blackmagic, or you have the Atmos from Ninja, they transfer the settings from your camera to your monitor, and then you can just operate it from here. So that would be the ideal situation. For now, you know, when you're starting off, you can just use this as to view. So now we have the motor of our autofocus connected to these rubbers to help you be able to change focus by pulling your focus ring. We have our controller right here, and we are trying to connect it wirelessly to this motor so that we can be able to pull focus. So first things first, we actually need to connect our motor to the camera to power it up. But if you have like a cable like Type-C to Type-C, and you can connect it to your Blackmagic's Type-C input over here, and then on the other side connect your motor. But if maybe you have your hard drive or something else and you're using this Type-C port on the Blackmagic, then maybe you can try to use a Type-C to USB-A and connect your motor to your Vlog battery, so that you have this slot free. But if you're recording into a memory card or a CFS card, then you can just occupy your Type-C input. So I'm just going to connect our USB-C. If you can see here, we have our inputs right here on the motor. So you're going to connect it there. So our motor is now powered by our camera. So when you switch on our camera, our motor should switch on now. So yeah, our motor's on now, and you have to calibrate your motor so that it knows how far to go with your focus. A focus has like numbers and measurements, so it'll go from a certain measurement to another measurement. So your motor needs to understand all those measurements so that it's able to pull focus. So now we're going to calibrate our focus puller. You have a button here written Cal, so you just press Cal, and then you guys can see like it's moving on its own without me pulling focus or anything like that. So it's learning the lenses, focus measurements. So once it stops, that's how you know it's done calibrating. Ooh, wow. So now, as you guys can see, when I pull focus on the controller, you can see the motor is working and it's twisting the focus ring on the lens, and we are actually changing focus on our monitor right here. So obviously with something like this, you need a second person to be pulling focus. So ideally, as the DOP, you're going to be holding the camera and you're moving around doing your shots and stuff like that. And then on the side, you're going to have a focus puller who's sitting looking at a screen. So once you have your screen, you can send a signal from this camera to another monitor. So I've just broken everything down. I know it looks busy, but that's basically everything that you need to get started with like a quick, simple rig. It gets more complicated than this. Like this, you can shoot handheld, in and out, do your thing, you know. You can put it on your shoulder as a shoulder rig. You can shoot handheld. You can put it on a gimbal. We have the Xeon Crane 3S, you know. That's the crane you want to go for big rigs, big cameras, the heavy stuff, you know. So you can also put it on a gimbal, and that's everything that goes into your camera rig for your Blackmagic Pocket 4K or 6K, which is a camera range that I'm a fan of right now. I will see you guys next time.